Alright, so the last time we spoke, we spoke about how small our population is in terms of the leads. And as you may know now, we're on a state of emergency, meaning everybody's on lockdown. They're not allowing anybody to move around freely. Catch 'em all. So I got a chance today to do some gardening, and I kind of want to show you what we did. I did some container gardening. So got some topsoil, fill it into some container, and I also did a little bit of raised bed off the ground. Well, raised bed, that's what it's called, and some direct planting. So you're gonna get a chance to see those today. And so some of the things we planted, I did some planting of some sweet pepper, some planting of some cucumber, and the previous day I did some planting of some watermelons, right? And so we do expect that in a couple of days I'll be able to show you guys some of the germination that happened. At the end of the video, I also have some of the germination that happened in the last planting I did, which is about 3 to 4 days ago, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you like it, right? Alright, so this is the area I have designated for the creation of the raised bed, and this is the topsoil I went hunting for some of the remote areas. And the topsoil, of course, is defined by the first 7 inches of soil, and of course this has the greatest organic matter content and microorganisms. The planting of the sweet peppers I will do within the container. I had some old containers around the yard, and I'm just filling this up with all the beautiful topsoil, right? And like I mentioned before, these are all the stems and leaves and decomposed things in the soil that is made up of carbon and nitrogen. So microbes and other larger creatures such as worms and beetles and insects, they are part of this topsoil also. So we're just spreading the soil, making sure we break down all the larger particles. Again, because you're placing seed into the container, you want to make sure that the soil is very fine, right? And of course it's nice and dry right now. I'm going to be putting in some sweet pepper seeds that I bought from the farm center, and these should germinate in about a week. I'm placing about 6 of them within the container, and what I'll do is that I'll place in a couple more that I probably can transplant later on, right? So I'll just create the spacing afterwards. The idea is that I want to leave 6 of them within the container and have them grow to full maturity. And full maturity for these plants are normally around 65 days. So if all goes as planned, I'll keep you guys updated. I should have sweet pepper in about 65 days. Apart from that, we need to apply water to this. And so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add some water to this gently by just pouring water over the top. And of course the water is necessary for keeping the soil moist and getting it ready for germination. You want to ensure that the seeds are properly covered because we're not putting them too deep. Remember, when you're planting seeds, you place them about 3 times the size of the seed in terms of the depth for planting. So I just want to make sure this soil is properly moist, and I have this in front of the yard because sweet pepper does require a lot of shade during or before germination. So for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to just leave them in the shade. The second bed that I'm doing is a raised bed, and I'm using this 4x4 old piece of wood that I had around as a barrier, just so I can create the raised bed. And again, I'm just going to be filling this up with the topsoil that I brought in, right? So just to talk a little bit about topsoil, a fertile topsoil also has concentration of nutrients including potassium, phosphorus, and iron. Topsoil varies depending on the geographic location and climate, as well as human activity. Often the blacker the topsoil is, the richer it is in nutrients, and the stronger it is in its earthy smell. So if you could have smelled this, you could smell all this stuff rotting inside. One of the things that would have set this so nice would have been to use some chicken manure or some pig manure, I guess, just to mix into the soil to make it even more rich. But already, just playing around with the soil, I can tell that the soil is very rich, right? So rich, nutritive topsoil should be able to hold a lot more water. Consequently, greater nutrients and water availability allows topsoil to be more productive in terms of plant growth. So as a farmer, you want to try to manage the topsoil to allow for a reduction in dependencies of chemical and fertilizers. So I'm not using any type of fertilizer in this. I'm gonna try to make sure that I grow these plants all organic, because the previously I've tried to plant over on the other side of the fence that you're seeing, and I didn't get um, good production simply because the soil is really poor. But what I noticed grows great there is the okra. So I did some other planting of okra into the area. So this soil is beautiful. What I'm going to do now is just finish filling up the raised bed, and of course spread it again and ensure that the material is properly broken down. And then in this bed, the plan is to plant some cucumbers. And cucumbers normally they're fast growing, so I should see germination for this or for cucumbers within this soil if it's properly moist within 3 to 4 days, and thereafter it should take about again 60 to 80 days for production. Right, the pepper normally would start growing at 65 in terms of production, so it's from 65 to 90, while cucumbers are from 60 to 80 days. And I have the fence there so that they can trellis on, so they'll be able to run across the fence while they're producing. So this is me after I completely filled up everything. I'm just leveling off the soil now and getting it ready for the planting of the seeds. Again, I am going to plant these about a foot apart, um, and I'm doing 2 rows. I'm thinking that the soil should suffice and it should allow for good cucumber growth. So again, keeping you guys updated with all that's happening. So again, that important step of planting is to ensure that you wet the soil again to initiate germination of the seed. And again, I'm doing this late in the evening time, so I don't have all that sun beating down on this area. This area is right under the house, so it has a lot of shade, but it does get good sun hot in the morning. So there is a half day period that the sun is really hot, and then there's the other half day that it stays cool, which should be nice for cucumbers. So I don't feel the need to have to cover these with any type of shade at this moment. I'm thinking that everything is just perfect in regards to the type of weather that we get in, right? The main thing is to make sure that I water these every day. Here's some soil I also acquired from within a creek region. These are some of the plants that are really germinated. These are some cucumbers also. Alright, there we go. A little bit of something to do during the quarantine. Again, we're fortunate enough to have all of this space, so I'm not interacting with anybody around, apart from in my yard. And as you you may know, I have an extra space in between me and the neighbors. And so that's the space I use for planting. The last time I did some okra in that zone also. So, like always, leave some comments below. If you have any questions about the video, if you haven't subscribed yet, go hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I push out a new video. And of course, guys, go geek yourself.